All right. I am going to go ahead and turn the mic over to Vicente. Please leave your questions and comments in the chat. I'll be in the chat with you and look forward to this amazing presentation. Vicente, it's so great to see you again today.
Hi, Michelle, and hi, everybody here. We had a blast yesterday. My name is Vicente Pimienta. I just shared all my social media links on the chat. We're going to have a blast today, too. This is the second part of Launch Your Business with Customer-Focused Marketing. And in short, it's a four-step process. Yesterday, we deep dived into the first two steps. Now we're going to deep dive into the third and fourth, I should say. My name is Vicente Pimienta. I'm going to share my screen for all of you. I've been doing internet digital marketing for 25 years. I started in 1996 doing my first .com company when the internet sounded something like remember. I was doing my first company. I'm an author of my second book, Website Centric Strategy. You can find it on Amazon. And I've been also helping the Digital Coaches Program for 5 years when it started the program. So now we're 20 coaches. We started 7 coaches in only 7 markets, helping the Black and Brown communities like you and me close that digital divide and learn about digital marketing. And now we have expanded in the last couple of years up to 20 coaches in 20 different markets. And I'm not only now the Miami's Grow with Google Digital Coach, but I'm now the Florida. So they're giving us the whole state now. So that's why we're expanding, looking for chambers of commerce, educational institutions, and cities, government that want to partner with Grow with Google and do these webinars as well. So tonight, we're going to have the second part. And I want to start by saying that I want you to join us in this journey and imagine ourselves that we're going to walk into a river looking for gold, for golden nuggets, right? Because why gold? Because information is gold, is power. And I'm gonna share this with you. If you know the cure for HIV, you have healing power. If you know the winning lottery number for next week, you have financial power. Both are information. So information is power. So learning, the act of learning is your superpower. So I want you to turn on that superpower tonight because we're going to go through this river and there are several golden nuggets of information that we're going to find. This is what we know. None of us is going to find all of the nuggets because that's the way it works. You know, Michelle, Eureka, Lakeisha, Fiona, Teresa, Amanda, Angela, Angelique, Caroline, Natalie, Penelope, Tommy, and Victoria. None of us, we're going to take all of the nuggets because it doesn't work like that. However, you're going to find your own nuggets, and maybe I am going to find my own nuggets, and I'm also going to share big bricks of gold that I'm going to point out for all of us to share with us. This is the catch. All of these golden nuggets of information that we're going to receive today, we only have one small pocket for later. You can grab as much as you want for now and implement in the next 24 to 48 hours. The rest is going to go through the cracks. But you have a small pocket to keep some for later because we're going to have some homeworks. But try not to leave those nuggets unattended because they're going to fall back into the river for somebody else to pick up. Okay. So having said that, during the webinar, I'm going to ask you how many nuggets have you found in this river? Okay. And I want you to put in the chat. So let me start by sharing my screen and hopefully you'll see it now. I think you see it now. Yes. Perfect.
We do.
Okay. Perfect. So the rest is on me now. No pressure, right? So I have to share, I have to fix something here. Give me 1 second, please. Okay. So welcome to the workshop. This workshop is amazing. I love this workshop because this is the information big companies pay millions of dollars to advertising agencies to figure out for the company. And we have thanks to this program, Google has gathered this information and is sharing it with all of us for free. So that's the beauty of this program. Here's my personal information so you can hook up with me later. And you also find everything on the chat. I shared all my LinkedIn and Instagram and all of that, so we can follow each other. So in part 2 of this workshop, we'll recap the customer journey a little bit because some of you haven't been here before, but take the opportunity to share this webinar. There's a button there that you can share access to this webinar and share it to your friends, family, or business associates, because this is crucial. These are golden nuggets that will change your business. Okay, so in this second part, we're gonna recap the customer journey, the 4 steps, and how marketing can influence prospective customers' decisions to do business with you. This time, we'll deep dive into the last 2 phases of the customer journey. You'll learn how to identify and persuade prospective customers to convert and make purchases. We're not gonna sell. We're gonna persuade and convert the customer. We're gonna drive the conversation towards a purchase. It's a different story than selling to somebody. When you sell to somebody, they hate it and they run away from you. So you also learn how to create ongoing value for your customer, build brand loyalty, and encourage advocacy. So these are the 3 things we're gonna focus on. Well, we're going to end up with a recap and additional resources to support you. So along the way, I'll have questions and activities for you and some homework that you need to do. Please use the chat for questions. And at the end, we're going to evaluate all of them and try to answer them as much as we can. So let's start with a briefly review what marketing is and how it fits into the customer journey. Okay. First, let's see a quote that speaks to the importance of the last 2 phases and what is that we want to talk about today. And check this out. It's much easier to double your business by doubling your conversion rate than doubling your traffic. That's a golden nugget. I want you to focus on this. It's easier to double your business by doubling the conversion rate than doubling your traffic. Is this making sense to you? It's amazing. So this gets to the heart of why marketeers need to think beyond the first 2 steps, the first 2 phases of the customer journey. So yes, you want to create awareness, of course, and engagement, with your prospective customers. Those are vital and necessary phases, but you can't spend all your time there. The 3rd phase is very important. You also need to focus on converting those you've engaged and the web traffic you've earned into paying customers, right? Because most of us, we're always marketing, but we're never focused on converting these people into money, right? So this is at its core, marketing. It's really an ongoing effort to create meaning for your customer. Remember, we talked about yesterday the meaning. The product has to create meaning. Okay, so you need to answer questions like, why should customers buy from your company? You need to answer that and write it down. Actually, this is a homework. These are golden nuggets. This is a homework, okay? Why should customers buy from your company? Write that down. What's in it for them? Write that down. What makes your product or service and your company so great? Pinpoint those out. Okay, why should they listen to your advice in the first place? Why? Answer those questions. And this is how we're gonna focus our effort. And the last one, and I think that's the most important one, is what's your backstory? What's your story? What made you do what you're doing now? Why you became a doctor? Why did you became a car salesman? Why or a dealership? Why? What's your story? That is going to go very far if you take the time to figure these out. This is the core of your strategy. So storytelling, that's why your backstory, what made you do this? The storytelling helps impart meaning to your product and brand. Remember, we needed to impart meaning, not sell to people. They will buy from you if you do a good job. You don't have to sell them. That's the beauty of this. They buy from you if you do the right thing. So it can connect with customers when you impart meaning, and with your business. You're going to connect your business with a customer, but at an emotional level, not like a salesman. This is different. You need to forget about what you know about selling, because this is different. This is why big companies sell so much. They don't sell. You don't want to sell online, actually. I'll tell you right now, this is the biggest golden nugget I'm going to give you right now. I'm going to hand it to you. You don't want to sell online. You're going to say, Vicente, you're crazy. No, you don't want to sell. What you really want is from people to buy from you. It's a different story. It's a different strategy than selling. We probably don't know how to make them buy from us. We know how to sell, and that's not working very well, right? So pay attention to this, because this is golden nugget. This is what big companies do. That's how they get our money. That's how they get us emotional about their brands. Have you ever seen two friends fighting against each other because one says that Apple is better than Android, and they fight and they actually break the friendship over it? None of them own the company. None of them have stocks from Apple or Android. None of them were involved in designing the product, but they were advocates of the brand. That would be the ideal customer, that they fight for your brand, but they do it emotionally. They don't sell on you. They push the right buttons to get you emotional and make meaning out of the brand, right? It has to make a meaning for them. So staying in touch. So listen, your marketing should be about building relationships, not selling, developing trust and credibility to your customers that want to buy from you. And that's one of the things I put in my book, Website Centric Strategy. You have to earn their trust. You know why? If you don't trust me or my website, will you give me your credit card online? Right? You're not going to. So before even selling or considering that you're going to buy from me, I have to establish trust, because what we know is that if you don't trust me, you're not going to give me your credit card. That's like black and white. So staying in touch through the customer journey with the client will help tremendously. Think about you first, and that's when you have the opportunity to influence whether or not and they're going to decide whether or not to buy from you. But they have to think about you when the moment comes. And that's why the first two phases are so important while they get close to the purchasing time, right? And the conversion to a client. So the customer journey, this is another golden nugget. I want you to write this down. Remember, the first two steps are awareness. First, the customer needs to be aware that you exist. And that's a different conversation. We're not selling there. Then they're going to check you out. They're going to consider buying from you or not. Now we're answering questions and helping them solve problems without even selling anything to them. And then we're going to drive the conversation to the purchasing, right? So interacting with your customer is so important, because this is the bottom line. The customer journey, I want you to write this down. The customer journey is the sum of the experiences the customer goes through when interacting with your brand. That's the journey. Is the sum. You add all the experiences that the customer went through when it was interacting with your brand. That's the journey right there. So how do you interact? How many times do you interact with the same client, the same customer, before they turn into a customer? That's the key. So recap. Let's recap the two first steps, and now we're going to dive in the second, the third, and the fourth. So let's recap the entire journey and the steps of the customer. So these are the steps. The first steps is when we walk through the awareness and consideration phases in detail, right? Awareness is the first phase, when a potential customer discovers you, maybe through word of mouth, Google search, or maybe an ad. At the awareness phase, your marketing is focused, golden nugget. At the awareness phase, your marketing is focused on reaching your customers where they are, wherever they are. So they become aware of your brand. That's not selling. Is, hi, this is what we do, and this is my name. This is my company name. This is the awareness. I want you to be aware that I'm here and this is what we do. That's the first step. Remember, nobody buys from you the first time they see you online. That never happens. So you need to like, hey, I'm here, then check me out, and then buy from me. This makes sense? Okay. So next, they move into the consideration phase. That's when the customers weigh whether they will buy from you or your competitor, whether they'll buy from your type of product or maybe something similar, or whether they will buy from you at all. Maybe they won't. So during this phase, the consideration, your marketing is about engaging your customers by answering the questions and building relationships. Answering questions in this stage is crucial. And I have such a powerful story about this. I used to work with Chrysler before I worked with the US Department of Commerce. I was working as a car salesman. Man, I was selling. And I had this customer that I answered all the questions that I could in order for him to purchase the vehicle. And I spent maybe like 2 hours trying to sell a brand new Chrysler minivan. And I don't remember what the question was, but there was one question that was, I didn't have the answer at the time. I don't know. I don't remember why. So he was not willing to sign the agreement and buy the car, purchase the car. So he walked out and went to another dealer across the street with another brand. And in less than 45 minutes, he was driving out a car, a brand new car, after I spent 2 hours, but I missed to answer one question. So this phase is critical because if you answer all their questions, guess who are they going to trust at the time of the purchase? You see, selling is about trust. You won't give me your money if you don't trust me. So if we focus on building a relationship with trust, the side effect is that they're going to buy from you or not, but you have a chance. I hear somebody that has the microphone on, it's kind of competing with me. If you want to check your microphone and mute yourself, please, it will be super nice. So during the consideration, your marketing is about engaging customers and answering questions and building relationships, not selling. If you sell, listen, customers are like fish. You have to lure them, but if you move a little bit, they go. If you sell to them, they will swim away. So let's do the deep dive on the second, the third, and the fourth. Now we're in the place in the journey where we're covering today's workshop is the purchase, when they purchase, and the advocacy phases. Okay, your marketing at these phases is like about influencing your lead, not selling. Please, golden nugget, it's about influencing your leads and converting them into paying customers. They may buy once, maybe they will buy for a lifetime, hopefully. So that brings me to the final phase, the advocacy. This is when customers are so thrilled with their purchase and experience, with your business, that they want to recommend you to others. That's where you want to be. Okay. At every phase of the customer journey, the 4 phases, at every phase, you have the opportunity not to sell, but to persuade them to move forward with you to the next step of the customer journey. You're going to persuade them. You're not going to sell to them. And I don't know how can I underline this so much, because we don't like, I found in my 25 years of digital marketing, I found 3 psychological barriers that are in my book. 3. First, we don't like salesmen. We don't. Second, we don't buy the first time we go to a website. We have to go several times. And that's where all this engagement is. And third, we only buy from people or organizations that we trust. So that's how you influence people. And you have to consider all of these. You won't get a customer that sees you for the first time and buys from you. And I will prove it to you. If you have an Amazon account, if you have an eBay account, the first time that your friend talked to you about Amazon and you landed on the website, the very first time that you landed on Amazon, did you buy something? Right? You had to come back several times, check it out, open an account, go inside, see how it goes, and then buy something inexpensive to see if it was not a fraud, right? If you received it. So that's how people work. Okay, so it has to be little by little. People have to come several times to your website, and that's where the engagement helps you take them to the next step, influence them. Okay, and they're going to trust you, and as a side effect, they're going to buy from you. So Let's take a real world business that helps understand the third and fourth phases of the customer journey. Meet Tracy and Danny, the mother-daughter team behind Wicked Good Cupcakes. In 2010, they took cake decorating classes, and their passion became their business. And the first store was open in October 2011. As their reputation grew, they received hundreds of shipping requests, but they couldn't find a way to ship cupcakes and have them arrive fresh and intact. That's when they came up with the big idea, cupcakes in a mason jar. So by filling jars with layers of cake, frosting, and filling the cupcakes, they stayed fresh for 10 days without refrigeration. So then they were able to ship. The news spread, and in April 2013, that was a couple of months ago, Tracy and Danny debuted, the product on ABC, the Shark Tank, the program, in front of 10 million TV viewers. Wicked Good Cupcakes became the go-to site to buy unique baked goods online. You see how this works? Is amazing. So with the appearance on the TV show, on the Shark Tank, they achieved brand awareness and were actively engaging with their customers. So that covered the first two. But the next step was to focus on increasing the purchases, right? And turning those into customers and then brand loyal advocates. It was time for Tracy and Danny to do more marketing focus on the purchase and advocacy phases because they already had the exposure, right? So these are the phases that needed the most attention. They needed to learn more about their customers so they could better convert them. So they needed to identify opportunities to improve their website first, ways to make the entire experience, especially the checkout process, more efficient. Remember that marketing is, and the customer journey is all the interactions with your brand. So you want to make all of those not pain points. That something is, all of those steps that are flawless and easy to go through. If they find pain points, that's when your customers start leaving your website. So they also needed to give their customers a reason to come back to the site to work on the advocacy, right? So sharing their experiences with others and eventually become those brand advocacy. So they came up with, they helped the Wicked Good Cupcakes that we're going to talk about in the last two phases of this customer journey and how the marketing can help convert more customers. We're going to use this example and see how can we make advocacies or advocates from our customers. Okay, so let's start with the purchasing phase. Once your marketing has addressed the awareness, make them aware, and you pass the consideration phase, they're considering you, this customer journey. Now you should have some leads. Now these are the ones that are called leads. It's like it's a funnel. They call it sales funnel. So you might have a lot of, let's say 10,000 people in the awareness stage and only maybe 3,000 go into considering you. So these are the leads, right? These are the leads. They're now considering you. So those are the ones we want to pay attention to. These are where the prospects are, and they're ready to become paying customers. That's where your money is, okay? So in this phase, your job as a marketeer, golden nugget. You're in this phase, your job as a marketeer is to influence these leads into prospects and becoming, I'm sorry, this confused me. You need to, as a marketeer, you need to influence these leads and prospects to become paying customers. This, a lead and a prospect, when it becomes a paying customer, it's called a conversion. You have converted a lead or a prospect into a paying customer. That's where the money is, okay? So remember, you might have 10,000 people in the awareness, 3,000 in the consideration, and maybe you end up with 100 conversions, 100 customers, paying customers. That's how it works. So how do we convert a customer? You need to figure out which leads, which prospects are more likely to become customers, and focus your marketing on them. This is the only time we're going to sell a little bit, and only to these people that we know they have come through the funnel. These are like the hot leads right here. All right, the rest flew away. So to do this, you need to identify the key customer actions that lead to conversion. What are key customer actions? Write this down. Key customer actions. We're going to pinpoint a few. And once you identify, we're going to talk about those actions, but once you identify those people that are taking those actions, to these people, share the right marketing message. Now we're marketing, now we're selling, and a timely call to action to encourage the purchase with those ready to buy customers. The call to action, click here, call now, buy now. This is the only time we're going to use like the buy now button, and 30, you have like it expires, the offer expires. This is the only time we're going to sound a little bit like a salesman, and only to people that are ready to become customers. If this makes sense to you, can you put a number 1 in the chat? And if this doesn't make sense, can you put a number 2? Okay, finally, you'll convert more customers when you streamline the process and the purchasing process, and make it easy for them. So we'll go over these in detail a little bit more. So check this out. How do you know where customers are ready to buy in the journey? This is key. These are the key customer actions, right? That we want to pinpoint. These are the people, if they did this, some of these, they are ready to buy. Okay, and these are email signups. They completed a form online. These are considered already a prospect, a lead. They left you some information. They downloaded some content or an app. These are ready to buy. They got into a trial or a demo, or they requested a demo, right? Or they're in like a try it, like an app that you try it and then you have to pay. These are people ready to purchase or about to purchase. That doesn't mean they're going to purchase, but these are the people you want to focus on and send that call to action. So anyways, people who send you to call you over the phone or request a consultation. And this one is very good. People who place something in a shopping cart and then they abandon the shopping cart. These people were about to buy. They were on the checkout. So these are the key customer actions that will tell you who is ready to buy and who you need to focus on. Okay, not the rest of the people. This is very simple. You're going to attract 10,000, 3,000 are going to be interested, and you're going to get 100 leads. And from those 100 leads, maybe you sell 20. It's simple. It's a numbers game. So signing up to like a newsletter, filling a form, and all these are key customer actions that are telling you, hey, I might buy from you. So you need to focus on those. That's a golden nugget. So, okay, Jacqueline Luli says it's making sense. Jacqueline is making sense. Tamara, thank you. Taoma, oh my God, Eureka. I hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you so much. And now, can you write how many golden nuggets you have accumulated already? We have some much more to go. It would be nice if you share that in the chat. Thank you for sharing your experience in the chat. Okay. Once we've identified customers that are ready to make a purchase, it's time to share the content and the call to actions designed for them. Okay, that's the message. This is the only part we're going to be a little bit like a salesy. So your conversion efforts could include like a discount, a special deal like buy one get one free, or maybe a free or a special VIP program or a rewards program. All these things help you convert those people that were like thinking about it and they were like about to purchase. These are the things you're going to present to these individuals, these leads or prospects, okay? Discount deals, exclusive offers, invitation to a webinar or to an event. They just need a little push. And the customer testimonials, add free shipping to your sales. If you make your first order, you want to convert anybody that you can. And you might even not make a lot of money in it, but it's called, customer acquisition. Now you have acquired a customer and they're going to buy more, and that's where you really make the money. You sell up. You sell something inexpensive to convert, and then they start buying more expensive products as they trust you more. That's the name of the game. It's so simple when you see it this way. And this is what big companies are doing. Okay, Angelina says a lot. Eureka has 3 golden nuggets in her pocket already. All right, nice. Okay, there are a lot of elements that that go into conversion. Okay, it's not that easy. I make it sound easy, but one of the easiest ways to convert customer is to make the purchase process as simple as possible. If possible, a one-click purchase, which is almost impossible. But you can create like a hassle-free online checkout experience by reducing the number of steps. And also, Golden Nugget offer a checkout as a guest in additional of creating an account and a username and a password. Some people don't like that. Sometimes I just check out as a guest opposed to requiring like a sign in and all that. So that might increase your conversion rate, because how many times have you been on a shopping cart and you say, oh my God, another username, another password? No, I'm buying this somewhere else, right? That happens. So when Wicked Good Cupcakes wanted to make it faster and easier for customers to complete their purchase, they reduced the total number of checkout steps. That made a difference. They also continuously test other checkout options and tweak the process based on the results, right? For example, they added an option for customer purchasing cupcakes as a gift and to record a personalized video. So now the customer is going to receive the gift, the cupcake, and a video of you saying, hi, I'm sending you a cupcake. Look how cool is that? Personalized video with your cupcakes that you can send as a gift. That is genius. So they were using Google Analytics to see how these changes that they were implementing, I should say, affected their sales and made the necessary adjustments as the data came in. I'll show you how to do this too, okay? Don't worry. Ultimately, conversions work best when you've created a stellar experience at every touch point through the customer journey. Touch point means every time they touch your brand. Be careful and pay attention to those touch points that they don't become pain points. If they have pain and it's difficult to move to the next step, it's not a touch point, it's a pain point. And you need to modify it to make it a touch point, that you touch and continue. This makes sense, right? And that's throughout the whole customer journey. Okay, remember that. Touch point and pain point, so 2 different things. So this is what they were using, Google Analytics. This tool, I love it. I've been using it for years, since its inception, and it will tell you so much about what's happening on your website. It's free, it's a free tool, and it will help you identify key customer actions that happen on your website. Remember the key customer actions that will tell you who is about to purchase from you. All right. So it's one of the most popular website analytics platform available. It also allows you to connect to a dashboard that measures the information and tracks the customer journey on your website. You will know when and where your people are falling from the journey. So you can tweak it and see how many people you take to the next step and to the next step. It's amazing. Google Analytics will help you discover important information about your website visitors, like, for example, how do people find your site? What do customers interact, what do customers interact with once they find you online? What are the pages they're going through in your website? How are they interacting with you? What demographic groups visit your site? That is key. What channel drives more traffic? Are they coming from Facebook? Are they coming from YouTube? Are they coming from Instagram? Where is your traffic coming from? From ads? From a referral, from eBay, from Amazon? Where is your traffic coming from, right? And those are the channels. And which of those channels have better conversion? That's key. So Google Analytics will help you do better marketing throughout the entire customer journey, because you're going to learn with numbers, not by instinct or by superstition, right? But by data. It will tell you what's going on. So this is a sneak preview of what you're going to find, and you're going to see there's a button for conversions. The conversion report, you see whether the completion of an important business activity, like a purchase, has been done, and how all your channels work together towards that conversion. So you also measure the key actions you've identified as lead ups to a purchase, right? So like email signups, that's gonna lead to us to a purchase. Email signups, form submissions, appointment booking, or content download are key elements and key actions that you want to pay attention to, because these are people who are going to buy from you or not, but that's where the money is. You might want to know how a change on your website, on your checkout process affects your conversions. All you need to do is to look at a report for a recent period of time. You can select 30 days, 20 days, 1 week, 1 day, a year, right? And make the changes to your site and see how that change affects your conversion rate. So Google Analytics provides insights in the actions imparting your conversion. Very good tool. So the next tool you need to use is Google Ads. One of the advantages of digital advertising is the ability to deliver specific content to specific groups of people. Okay, this lets you show that ads, your ads to the right people at the right time, making more chances that they're going to convert. This is key for several steps: the discovery, the consideration, and the conversion. For example, you can use Google Ads to put sales messages and incentives in front of people searching for products like yours. Ads can appear on Google search results and many other websites, including YouTube and including Gmail. The people who have Gmail are receiving ads too, and apps in the app. So there are many formats available: text, ads, images, shopping, videos. There's a ton. So you have to discover this, and pretty much we have a training for this tool. It's fantastic. And actually, in this training, I challenge you to use your coffee money to do advertising. Okay, so this is an activity. I want you to stop and take a picture of this, because I want you to have to take a minute and brainstorm the key actions, the key action your potential customers could take to show their readiness to convert. These are key actions that when they do this, they're about to purchase. So I want to set this as a homework, so you do it later so we can continue moving. But take a picture of this and make sure you have a few of these in place: either an email sign up, a form completion, a trial, a content download or app download, or a call consultation, or placing items in the shopping cart. Which of these you already have, or you might have to develop, so you can identify who's about to buy? This is so important. This is where, remember that quote that is, you double your business. It's easier to double your business by doubling your conversion instead of your traffic. Your traffic costs a lot of money. But if I can double the conversion, the amount of people converting, that's with the same budget. That's what we're talking about. I don't know why I think my camera is playing games. I'm like half frozen, but here we go. Okay. And so we're on the final phase of the customer journey now, the advocacy. So the advocacy is in the other phases, right? You can influence your customers' actions through focused marketing that sustains loyalty and encourage them to recommend you to others. That is like the ultimate customer. So by giving your customers more to consume and making their experiences great, you can sustain their business and earn their loyalty. Loyal customers think of your brand over all of other brands, right? So this will help encourage them to promote your brand and products to people they know, helping you reach even more customers. We call it the green grass, people around you, right? So all customers are not created equal. A customer who stays interested and engaged with your brand and continues shopping with you has a lot of value to your business. Okay, so how do you create more of these types of customers? Well, by providing more value to them, not selling to them. Providing value is a different story. You might do this through consistently, like excellent in customer service, like new products all the time, as well as different programs and incentives. Ultimately, you want to keep your customer happy, engaged, and buying from you over and over again. So happy customers will often naturally tell others about their experiences. But you can also nudge them to do this more with some focused marketing, incentivize them. You can identify the customers who are ready for this phase based on the number of purchases they've made, right? They already, if you see they bought 3 times, they love your brand. So how long they've been a customer is one of the things you want to see. And, and they're speaking out on social media channels about your brand, probably. So you can tap into that. That's content owned by them talking about you, not your content. And that's a good thing. When the customers start creating content about you, content that you don't own, they're talking about you is fantastic, especially if they're talking good about you. So building this type of customer loyalty can be done, a number of ways, and relies on an entire customer experience, right? Being stellar up to this point. Remember, this is like the 4th step. So this is where the people are going to be happy. If they didn't have a good checkout experience, they had trouble with the product and didn't get the help they needed, you never answered the phone or anything or something like that, or felt ignored and unsatisfied with the experience or interaction, it will be hard to turn them into a brand loyal advocate. Very hard. So that's why you need to be excellent in the first 3 phases. But at this phase, you want to focus on deepening your relationship with your customer, getting to know them, letting them, get to know you, and keeping them happy and engaged. You can do this by staying in touch through, whatever channel makes sense for your business. And, you can share the content that's valuable to your paying customers, like product tutorials, video guides, and new product launch info. So providing top-notch customer service will positively impact customers' loyalty. Think about these questions. Golden nuggets alert. Write down this. Golden nugget alert. Let me get a sip of water, please. So think about these questions. Do they get the help they needed? This is for the excellence, remember, and the advocacy. Do they get the help they needed? Are you providing all the answer to their questions? Remember the customer that I had, I didn't answer one question. I lost like $1,000 commission right there. Okay. At the time, it was a lot of money. Today, nothing. So the other question, do they feel great about their purchase and interactions with your brand? That's key. If you don't know the answer to these questions, it's time to get some feedback. Okay, so asking your customers how you're doing or what you can do to better, it's highly valuable information for you, and will let them know, their opinion matters. That is key. They will feel good about it. So it will help you continually improve your offering, your services, and your overall brand, which will also help build customer loyalty, because they'll know you're listening and you care. That's key. Remember, you have to go on the emotional part. And for that, you have to have like a relationship with them. Lastly, think about how you can delight your customer in unexpected ways to further deepen your relationship and differentiate from the competitor. That is key. Think about those. There has to be something that's going to make you shine. Loyalty programs and incentives will help you sustain the customer loyalty you've built by helping them feel special. Remember, emotional, they have to feel special with your brand. You could create a loyalty program based on VIP and exclusivity. Sometimes, something that offers a special product sneak peeks, or videos to help them understand your product better. Just something more than the regular customer. Your program could offer special discount and perks, like occasional coupons or points, like rewards point systems. That's very common. So personalization will go a long way. So you may also want to consider things like sending personalized notes with purchases or special offers on birthdays or anniversaries. You can ask for their birthday and then send them like a link. All right. So who are you more likely to trust? A recommendation from a friend or advertising right? You're going to go after a friend instead of the advertising. So 92% of customers trust the word of mouth recommendation over other types of marketing. Also, customers referred by other customers have a 37% higher retention rate. These are important reasons to not just focus on sustaining loyalty, but encouraging advocacy. There are two things, loyalty and advocacy, okay? So we're almost running out of time. Once your customer feels taken care of, even delighted, they'll be more open and encouraged to recommend your brand to people they know. This is so powerful because your content, I'm sorry, your current customers most likely associate with people within the same target market, making their friends and connections your next best customer, the green grass. So happy customers will naturally spread positive word of mouth. Of course, the opposite is also true, which is why you don't want to create a bad experience. You want to create an excellent customer experience. You can help your customers spread the word by putting opportunities to advocate your brand in front of them. Start by asking your customers to leave you, online reviews. Consider asking your best customers for testimonials or permission to make their experience, with you into a case study. They're going to feel great. So you can also create referral programs, like I said, and of course, contests on social media, sharing opportunities with prices, incentives are also great ways to help, to help them help you. So now, encouraging customers to leave you a review on Google and interacting with, with them through the Google My Business, which is now called Google Business Profile. It's a different name. They have renamed it. So you learn that here first. Google Business Profile is the new name of Google My Business. So this is a great way to start. If you're unfamiliar with Google Business Profile, it's a free tool that allows you to manage your business information, connect with customers, post updates and more. And this is on the Google platform. It's amazing. So tips for managing reviews. Your happy customers. This is critical because if somebody puts a bad review and you go angry, and that's not good for you. Listen, this is golden nugget area. Golden nugget alert. Your happy customers become advocates for your business through the reviews they leave, which become a great way for new customers to learn about you in a way they trust. Remember, sales, I won't purchase unless I trust you. So how many times have we gone to the feedback, to the reviews before we buy from somebody, right? So responding to your reviews in a timely and professional manner shows customers that your business listens to feedback and can positively influence potential customers. You kill two birds with one stone here. Keep your replies short and sweet. You can use it as an opportunity to share more solutions and resources with that customer, and just simply say thanks. And other people reading are going to see other resources. Use this opportunity to share more solutions and resources as you reply to this happy customer. Okay, you can definitely ask a customer to leave you a review. Just avoid handing out golden nugget. Just you ask customers to leave a review, but avoid by all means offering incentives to do so. Don't buy the reviews, because you're gonna turn into a cash register, okay, or a dispenser, like a dog food dispenser. Every time they do a review, you give a treat. No, you don't want that. You want them to actually write a review. So your replies are a simple but powerful way to build loyalty and encourage advocacy. This is key here, okay? So your customers are not the only ones who can become brand advocates. Employees, partners, vendors, influencers, and affiliates can also become very good advocates. Okay, how do you identify people, that are ready for one of your advocate programs? You can use like a web analytics platform like Google Analytics to understand visitors' behavior on your website or your app and monitor customer engagement. Who are these people that are engaging? Those are the ones I want to put the advertising on, right? So customer relationship management softwares is useful to keep track the CRMs. You've heard CRM. This is customer relationship management software. They know, they put the customer there and you know a lot of things about the customer. So there's a ton of CRM softwares that you can buy and install in your system, right? So there are also specialized advocate program platforms and customer experience platforms. These services can help you mobilize advocates for your brand using a variety of methods. Again, try a Google search for either type to learn a little bit more. So you can also try the affiliate programs. It's also very good. So activity. Create an outline of your loyalty programs over the next minute or so after the webinar. Remember, these are homeworks that you need to do in the next 24, 48 hours, or they will just go through the cracks and you will miss a golden nugget. The golden nugget that you don't use is going to go back into the river for somebody else to pick up. So try to make those golden nuggets into jewelry. So you add value to your goal. Okay, that's the purpose of this training. Think about what you've appreciated in the loyalty programs you've been part of and try to create your own, right? I've given you some ideas, but let your imagination go wild and don't worry how to implement it. You will find the way to implement it. So this concludes our overview of the customer-focused marketing along the customer journey. As you can see, there's a lot of marketing you can do to influence the customer, not to sell, you know, influence the customer journey to ensure prospective customers. Number one, become aware of you. Number two, consider you fully. Number three, convert and make purchases. And number four, stick around to become a loyal brand advocate. That's the name of the game. So I'm going to share a little bit of resources after this. I want you to be ready to copy from the chat. Okay, so here's a brief recap of today's workshop. In the last two phases of the customer journey, your marketing is focused on converting your customers and turning them into brand loyal advocates. Not all of the people who showed initial interest in your brand will move to these phases. So it's important to identify those key actions someone in the consideration phase would be taking. So we will focus on those to make a conversion. This is simple. This is where you have to focus. In the consideration phases, they have key actions. Those are the people who are about to buy. This is simple if you have the right view. So then you want to identify those customers so you can share timely call to actions and special, deals for them. This is where you're going to be like a little bit of salesman, right? You want to make sure the purchasing process is streamlined and easy to go, and so you don't lose them in the process, because it's going to cost you money. You already brought them to the third stage. You don't want to leave. You don't want to lose the client, right? So once you've landed a customer, keep them happy and satisfied to build their customer loyalty. That's as simple as that. Implement programs and incentives and sustain their loyalty and encourage their advocacy among everyone they know. You can also create advocacy programs among other people like employees and influencers. Ultimately, the advocacy will lead to more customers. Entering the awareness phase of the customer journey and keeping the pipeline filled. You have to keep that pipeline filled with people, okay? So grow. Now these are the resources. I'm going to share a few links on the chat. We're finishing. We only have like a minute left, but I'm going to do fast. This is if you want to learn more, you can go to Grow with Google. We have a YouTube channel called Google On Air or Grow On Air, and you might find me with several trainings there and my other coaches, and you can learn a lot there. We focused on the teachers, we focused on the business owner, the professional, and the coder. This is the app you can download, Primer. You have 5-minute digital marketing trainings here. This is super nice. G.co, look at the link. I've sent the link on the chat. This is a great little app. And of course, the Grow with Google platform. This is where we teach, we help teachers and students bring digital tools into your classroom, local businesses like you and me, job seekers and developers. So I'm going to share a survey please, if you can fill out the survey, and while filling out this survey, please select the coach from Florida as the coach who delivered this workshop for you, and put what you think there. We're going to ask you a few questions, and from these surveys we have learned and modified the content that we share thanks to that. So you see my screen is like but we made it work. So is there any, I hope you liked it, and please tell me how many nuggets have you found? Michelle, are you ready to implement some of the golden nuggets? Okay. Jacqueline says, so very helpful. Thank you. Yes. Okay. New message. Geraldine has 3 nuggets. That's nice. All right. I'm so happy. Well, I'm very glad that I was able to share this training yesterday and today. Combined is what big companies are doing, and that's how they make us loyal to their brands. I know it's a lot of information, but you will make it happen little by little. Just take those golden nuggets and implement them as soon as possible before you lose them.
I just have to tell her I don't want a new apartment with her.
Michelle, back to you.
We're going to be open and honest about anything. And
Sounds
I'm
like
going to
someone took themselves off of mute, maybe?
figure out my
Yeah,
Hold on.
I'll try. No, I don't see
Yeah,
any. Okay,
yeah, that's weird.
it's
Okay.
yeah.
Vicente, that was awesome.
Thank you.
So I know folks had nuggets. I was asking folks to drop questions in the chat. Does anyone have any quick questions before we jump off? Want to be sure that if we have questions, you can always funnel them to me as well, because I'll send you the replay from today. Thank you for being here, everyone. And just want to let you know that implementation is the key. And so while we would want you to implement within the next 24 to 48 hours, if you find it slipping and you want some really good accountability, join me on Monday. Sign up for the free challenge to implement it. I'm going to walk you through implementing your goals. So whether it's from today's amazing presentation or yesterday's, or another goal that you really want to get done before we turn the clock on 2022 into 2023, this is a really great opportunity for you to do that and keep promises to yourself. So join me for the Implemented Challenge happening Monday through Thursday, December 19th to 22nd, right up until Christmas. And we're going to go to challenge.youraccountabilitybuddy.com to sign up and learn more. And I love to stay in touch. So feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. I'm everywhere. People have no problem finding me whatsoever. So thank you all for being here. Vicente, thank you so much for all of your time and amazing tools. There is so much meat here. And so definitely watch the replay. Even if you're here live, check out the replay. And we look forward to seeing you in the new year with some additional Google opportunities and trainings, right, Vicente? We're going to do more.
Yes, we have a lot of
because
content.
we
I'm
got
sorry,
some
my
folks
camera
here.
is acting up.
Yeah,
But yes, we
can-
have a lot of content coming next year. So stick around. We're going to
Yeah.
have a Google Day.
Yes, so Lizette, no worries for coming in late. We're going to have Google Day. We're going to have stuff here in the space online so that you can join. And again, I'll have the replay from tonight, and I'll include yesterday's replay for some of you who signed up today, so that you can see both yesterday's part 1 and today's part 2. And I look forward to seeing you on the 19th at the Implemented Challenge. And if not, have a wonderful new year and holiday season. Vicente, Caroline, thank you all so much. Thank you all for being here. Michelle Talbert from Her Power Space here in Broward County, Florida. I'll see you all soon. Thank you.
Merry Christmas. Ciao.
Merry Christmas.